Another month down, and another month down, and another new crop of games. Hey, it's another month, another new crop of games. Hi folks, it's Falcon, and I apologize for all of that, but I do have 10 new games. That's what we're talking about today on gameranx, the top 10 new games of June 2024. Starting off with number 10, it's Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance. So this is Shin Megami Tensei 5, except for with a lot more stuff. If you're not familiar, it's JRPGs. It's the series that Persona branched out of, and you get the entire original Shin Megami Tensei 5, but also a second story route. The second half of the game is almost completely different with the second route. There's also 40 new demons to capture, a lot of quality of life stuff, new locations, etc., etc. It honestly has me quite excited. I've always been partial to the Persona series above the original Shin Megami Tensei series, but I do like Shin Megami Tensei, and I'm trying to figure out how to say this without saying that over and over again because it's a mouthful. But I will absolutely play this game again. It came out on Switch before, but now it's going to be coming out on everything, which is good because the more people that can play games like this, the better. Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance is coming June 14th to pretty much everything. Moving on to number 9, it Still Wakes the Deep, a new first-person narrative horror game from the Chinese Room. You might know them from Everybody's Gone to the Rapture, Dear Esther, Amnesia, A Machine for Pigs. This is a really interesting-looking game. It takes place on an oil rig, which more games need to take place on. They are fascinating locations. There is a huge storm going on, and some kind of a monster is following you around. The original pitch of this game was The Thing set on an oil rig, which is just a fantastic idea. It also features an entirely Scottish cast, so there's probably going to be a lot of cursing. Allegedly, the stuff that you're going to have to deal with in this game are puzzles and traversal. And apparently, you're not any kind of athletic figure, so a lot of the traversal is going to be difficult. I've seen just a ton of interesting stuff with this game. It looks highly original and also seems to take influence from a lot of cool things like Annihilation, Alien, the Poseidon Adventure even. But I've never seen anything that looks quite like it, especially not in games, because again, oil rigs drastically underutilized in the gaming world. Fascinating places. I think this is going to be a good game. If it's executed right, it has the potential to be one of the better narrative horror games out there. Still Wakes the Deep is coming to PS5, Windows, Xbox Series, and it's coming out on June 18th. And number 8 is #Blood, a beautifully animated dungeon crawler that reminds me kind of of Ren and Stimpy and Clone High in terms of its animation styles. It's if you combine those two things. It's really, really well animated. But it's a dungeon crawler, and it's about a vampire apocalypse. You play as Becky Brewster, who is a child of a vampire-slaying bloodline. I mean, in all seriousness, the way this looks is delightful. It has kind of a South Park Stick of Truth vibe to the way the world is constructed, but it doesn't look like it plays like that. It looks like it plays a lot more like a kind of arcadey. I hesitate to say Diablo because it doesn't really look like Diablo, but I have a feeling there's some Diablo influence being it's a dungeon crawler. I mean, I don't know, maybe Hyper Light Drifter-ish? Again, it's very overemphasized in terms of its animation. It's done very, very well. I think it's an interesting concept, doing the whole vampire apocalypse, dungeon hunting, crawling with a kid and with this highly overemphasized animation. I think it's a good bet. I think there's a very good chance this will turn out well. And if not, at least it's a cool throwback to animation from the 1990s, right? #Blood is landing on PC June 18th. At number 7 is Empires of the Undergrowth. A pretty interesting idea. It's an RTS/base building game where you're ants. I mean, we've never seen ant games in the past. Way back in 1991, there was Sim Ant, which was the Maxis ant colony simulator. It was something that I actually played a hell of a lot of when I was a kid. But this is a little more advanced. It's an RTS, so this caters to where my brain has gone over many years too. I think actually really interesting concept. This game is out in early access now if you want to play it. I actually haven't, and I'm probably gonna because I'm quite interested actually. But the full release is happening pretty soon, and I think I may just hold off until then because honestly, I'm pretty interested. I'd rather play the full game, you know? Empires of the Undergrowth is coming to PC June 7th. And number 6 is Dragon is Dead, a hack-and-slash roguelite action platformer. Honestly, if you're looking at this and you're not thinking Castlevania, I don't know what's up with you, but there's a lot more going on here. Obviously, Castlevania is a big influence, but there's also a lot of Diablo stuff. There's RPG-style systems. It's interesting because they say they want to combine Dead Cells with Castlevania and Diablo, and that's what it looks like because it's got a lot of the roguelite stuff. It's got the action RPG stuff from Diablo, and I mean, if you, again, cannot tell why Castlevania is an influence over this game, I don't know what to say to you. Look at it. I don't know, this one's an easy yes for me. I don't need to learn a whole lot about this, like I just see the game in motion, and I'm pretty much sold. As long as the game actually plays how it looks and delivers on the promises, like, I don't know how you could go wrong with this. Dragon is Dead is landing in PC Early Access on June 7th. And number 5 is Monster Hunter Stories Remastered. Like, in all seriousness, great. Monster Hunter Stories is a really different game. It's very much like a traditional JRPG, but with a lot of Monster Hunter ideas integrated into it. A lot of people thought that since the game has come out on 3DS as well as mobile platforms, and the iOS and Android version was vastly superior to the 3DS version, was that the mobile version was getting ported to the Switch and PC. That's not the case. This is actually a pretty drastically enhanced version above the mobile version, not only in terms of visuals, but there's full voice acting in it now, which is a very bold choice for a remaster, but I think the right one. It's a game that I think would benefit from that. Monster Hunter Stories obviously kind of siloed when it was released on 3DS because it was 3DS. Not that that isn't a successful system, but it's really nice to be having this on Switch and other like full consoles. I realize it's announced as a PS4 title, but of course you can play it on PS5. I mean, in all seriousness, this is one of those things that, like, it's the best possible version, at least what it looks like up front, and I'm pretty excited to play it. Monster Hunter Stories Remasters landing on PS4, Switch, and PC June 14th. And number 4 is Destiny 2: The Final Shape. The 10th year of Destiny content commences with the Final Shape. This is the 8th expansion for Destiny 2. This is going to be an interesting, I think, experiment for Bungie. They're bringing us, obviously, this big expansion, but there's also going to be episodes that are released to kind of bridge between this expansion and whatever the next expansion is. Yeah, it's called the Final Shape, but yeah, this isn't going to be the final piece of content for Destiny 2. It focuses on the Witness, an antagonist we've known for a while now, continues on the events of Lightfall, but on top of that, it does add some mechanical stuff. We get some new free roam destinations, some new abilities, a new class, Prismatic. I don't know, it's Destiny 2, like, it does a lot of stuff very well, and when they put out these expansions, it usually does the trick, so to speak. I'm kind of interested in how the episodic content's going to work out. I don't think it's going to be too different from Seasons, but you never really know. The Final Shape is coming out everywhere you can get Destiny 2. That's the PlayStations, the Xboxes, and PC on June 4th. And number 3 is The Elder Scrolls Online Gold Road, a new expansion for the Elder Scrolls game that actually doesn't use the creation engine. In fact, uses the hero engine, which was the basis for Star Wars The Old Republic as well. The Elder Scrolls Online isn't talked about a whole lot, but it's a pretty successful game. Basically, the point here is a new Daedric prince has arrived in Tamriel. There is mysteries surrounding it, and you will obviously be looking into that. I mean, The Elder Scrolls Online is a pretty damn good game, actually. Now, there's actually a lot of expansions already for this game, and if you pick up the Elder Scrolls Online Collection Gold Road, you get all of it. The base game, Morrowind, Somerset, Elsewhere, Greymoor, Blackwood, Hyde Isle, Necrom, and Gold Road. A lot of Elder Scrolls content landing on PC on June 3rd. And number 2 is Killer Klowns from Outer Space, the game. This is one of those asymmetrical multiplayer horror games. These are sometimes done very well, sometimes done not well. I'm not going to pretend that I can tell you which of the two these are. It's definitely a unique take on the genre, though. The whole Killer Klowns from Outer Space thing is very, very silly. You either play as a team of 3 killer clowns or a team of 7 normal people of Earth defending Earth. Honestly, the vibes of the place you're at remind me quite a bit of Coffee World and Alan Wake. But the game is also a little sillier looking. Proportions on characters, of course, very silly. I don't know, it could be good. When these games are good, they're very good. And when they're not, they're just kind of whatever. This does look like it was made with love, a lot of detail, a lot of thought. So I got my fingers crossed. Killer Klowns from Outer Space, the game, is landing on the PlayStations, the Xboxes, and Microsoft Windows June 4th. And finally, at number 1, Elden Ring: The Shadow of the Erdtree, a $40 expansion which features an all-new story in the Land of Shadow, new dungeons, new enemies, new weapons, new equipment. What we've seen in the trailer so far involves Miquella. I don't want to sit here and try to explain everything that happened in Elden Ring, but long story short, it's a big ol' mess. It's very From Software-y, and this looks like a big expansion on all of the lore. Very interested into seeing where this goes. Could be honestly revelatory. Elden Ring is notoriously dense with lore, and this looks like it's expanding on it pretty significantly, as well as giving you a whole bunch of new stuff to do. I'm pretty excited for it. I will certainly be playing it as soon as I have the chance. It is coming out to the PlayStations, the Xboxes, and PC June 21st. And that's all for today. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. If you like this video, click like. If you're not subscribed, now's a great time to do so. We upload brand new videos every day of the week. Best way to see them first is, of course, a subscription, so click subscribe. Don't forget to enable notifications. And as always, we thank you very much for watching this video. I'm Falcon. You can follow me on Twitter at Falcon the Hero. We'll see you next time right here on Gameranx.